You really want to go to TV Land?
I don't know where to go.
You know what Sudbury's like in the summer.
Pens everywhere.
Hockey players always find trouble in the off-season.
Pens all over the place.
They need hockey to keep them busy.
Oh, it's summer in Sud Vegas.
Welcome back to There's Something About Shoresy. I'm Magnum Mills, back with the Soupdeucer. We are talking about Shoresy, the Letterkenny spinoff available on Crave and eventually Hulu in the United States. Soup, this is a very, very fun thing. It's a Christmas miracle we did not know was coming. We knew we were getting a fifth season of Shoresy, but we did not know it was dropping on Christmas Day. There's a lot going on. You got some football, you got some Stranger Things, you got a little holiday called Christmas, and we got some Shoresy. Soup, are you ready to go back up into the cold, cold northern regions of Canada on Christmas Day for a little miracle?
Yeah, 100%, man. I've been waiting for this one for quite a while now. I knew it was approaching. Glad it's a little bit earlier than I thought. I thought we still had a few months to go. So yeah, looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, the cycle's been a touch off on this one. Like they were a little bit closer. We thought this one was going to come out sooner, but honestly, been a busy year. It's going to drop in a bit of a busy time frame, but I think it is a Christmas miracle. We're going to check that out, and we appreciate you checking out this episode of There's Something About Shoresy. We're presented by Regular Dudes Watch Stuff. You can find our content wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube. Find us on social media at Dudes Watch Stuff and on the web at dudeswatchstuff.com. Nice and easy to remember, just like the flaps, FLAPS. Follow, like, and please subscribe. If you had fun, please remember to touch the thumb. And please know that there will be full spoilers, obviously, for all episodes of Shoresy, as well as the Season 5 trailer, which we are going to discuss. We'll be speculating a little bit past that. There's a chance that Soup could bring up some Letterkenny spoilers, but other than that, you should be in the clear. Soup, how do you feel about the Christmas Day premiere? Is this a little audacious? Is it like adding too much to an already overpacked day, or is it perfect?
I mean, it might be adding a little bit much to what is always an overpacked day, man. But also it's like I think it'll be nice when the day winds down to throw something fun like Shoresy on.
Well, it could be the perfect like aperitif, right? Because
Yeah.
they're only going to drop the one episode. That's the big difference this year. Previously, they had basically on Crave just done 3 drops of 2 episodes. Now they're just going to, starting on Christmas, which is a Thursday, drop 1 episode. So they're going to stretch it out into 6 weeks, which I am a big fan of. But that means that, it can only be like, 25, 26 minutes, like a nice, easy lift. And, if tradition holds true, they'll try to make that first episode pretty accessible for people who have never seen an episode of the show before. So I think there's a chance that, you might be able to and be like, hey, people, let's throw this on real quick, just check it out, getting into the, just get them into the Shoresy, right? Just draw them in.
Draw them right
Doesn't
in,
take
dude.
much. Once you bring them in, I think they're part of the clan, man. They're part of the team.
Yeah.
Do you like the fact that they're going to go to the 1 episode per week release as opposed to doubling up? I mean, for me, that's a no-brainer. I love it. I mean, it's always awesome when you watch a new one, there's another new one after that. But
Right.
for the most part, as I get older, I want to appreciate things more, right? So I don't mind if it takes a little more time. It lets you, saturate it a little bit, right? Saute it a little bit.
Yeah, for sure, man. I like that, now it stretches out 6 weeks, I mean, that's pretty
Right,
cool.
it's only 6 weeks. It's not like it's stretching out like over, 2 years or something like that, or all right, season 1, part 1, and season 2, part 2, or what, and they separate them like they do sometimes these days. So none of that here. No worries about that. And Soup, there was a press release from Bell Media that basically the company that the production company for the show, and they listed most of the cast members. The majority of the cast seems to be returning, but I don't think it's really a surprise. No, Frankie JJ, but also does not look like we're going to be getting Sanguinet in this season, at least in a starring role. Does that surprise you at all, or does it make sense if Shoresy's going to move into more of a a coaching role?
Yeah, it kind of makes sense a little bit. I was a little bit worried about that.
Yeah, I love Sanguinet, dude. I want him to at least show up in an episode or two, right?
Yeah, it'd be cool. He's a good character, so I definitely would like to see him back in action. But we'll see.
Yeah, they got a deep bench. It's not a huge deal. I mean, Frankie was always kind of like more of a plot device, I think, than a real thing, right? Especially if you're not focusing on the on ice stuff as much, and
Right,
it gives
right.
more time for the rest of the players.
And are we sure we're not getting him back at all?
My guess is both could cameo. They're just not listed in the main cast here. So
Right
it
on.
does look like they're focusing in a little bit more. They also didn't list any of the junior players in here, or even like Corey and Liam. Like they didn't make the main cast list, but I'm sure they'll show up. But they did
Right,
list
right.
like Joy Jordan, Laura Moore. So
Yeah,
it does seem like they're gonna have a pretty good mix involved here. That seemed about right to you, based on kind of like the vibe going in here. Did it seem like this is what you were hoping for from season 5 of Shoresy, and you're just ready to like get this Christmas present under your tree?
yeah, yeah, absolutely, man.
All right, let's check out a clip from the season 5 trailer for Shoresy, and then we will talk about the trailer and give a couple predictions, hopes, dreams, all that good stuff for season 5 of Shoresy, and hopefully beyond. But for now, not picked up for 6, but hopefully they will be.
And a big, big problem is diving.
How are they cracking down on hitting?
Well, look at junior hockey in Canada today. Actually, look at the World Junior Tournament. Every hit is a penalty now. It's their new strategy to get hitting out of the game.
Who's they?
They got us playing the European game now.
Careful.
No. There's lots of tough Euros.
Cronwall.
There's lots of Euros that hit.
Chara.
It's just the European game was always about speed and finesse. The North American game was about size and grit.
Traditionally, sure.
Like a massive part of the success of Canada and U.S. hockey in the international stage has been the hitting, the physicality, the guarantee that if you play us, we will hurt you.
Okay. Doesn't give
It's
a whole
hard
lot
to
away.
kind
I
of
like
judge
that.
Shoresy on a trailer, right? Like you kind of know what it is, but general vibes, I think we were a little like, all right, how are they going to balance, like, what Shoresy going to do now that he's not a player anymore? This leaves me highly optimistic about everything. Like I have faith
Yeah.
in Jericho at this point. They know the characters and everything.
It looks like they
really
created a bit of
dialed
an
in, so I'm
all-star team or
extremely
something
excited.
here, right? Because you got guys from, a bunch of other teams in there. You got, if you notice the names of the jerseys, those those are players from.
Yeah, they're going to do something. I think they're like World Juniors or some kind of tournament. I mean, but that's usually what they do, right? That's been the kind of the formula the last couple seasons after they win the league. If you're never going to lose again, you have to kind of keep finding a way to increase the stakes. And I don't really mind that they're going to repeat that, right? I mean, it's a show. It's a hockey show at heart. How do you feel about like the hockey action? Are you cool if they dial it back a little bit now that Shoresy's not on ice, or do you still want to make sure that they maintain a bit of that?
I'd like to see a bit of that. I'd like them to maintain a bit of that, man. And I feel like they're gonna.
Yeah, you can't go away from it. I mean, that's part of what makes the show, and they have a lot of former hockey players here, so
Right.
you don't cast those guys without a reason. We did not see any of the kind of, like, you remember from the previous season, the junior guys, and it seemed like Shoresy would be coaching them. Do you think we're going to at least get some aspect of that? We did hear Shoresy talk about the World Juniors tournament or whatever, which could be, kind of part of the mix here, so I'm kind of expecting to see that. Is that where you're at too?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, are you cool with it? Because I think it could be interesting to contrast how Shoresy approaches coaching, the older guys, the guys who are his peers, as opposed to the juniors, right? Like, I think that could
Yeah.
be kind of interesting.
Absolutely, man. And I definitely feel like the junior hockey players need to be involved somehow after the focus on them last season. So.
Right. And that was the whole part of like Shoresy getting into it too. You know what I mean? And especially if they're not going to have, Sanguinet, or at least for that much, it's pretty much up to Shoresy to be kind of like the Yoda of this shit, right? Like she's going to now be like the mentor guy, like sliding into that role. Like, you still got like Obi-Wan's in action, you got your Hitch, and, you got your guys out there still like, you guys are doing it goody. Everyone's still doing it. And of course, Michaels, anything in particular you want from Michaels this season? Like he's always like every season I like Michaels more. Like he's just low key. Like I love the way the actor plays it. Like it's just so kind of lackadaisical, go with the flow. Like you want to hate Michaels, but he's like a golden retriever.
Yeah. I mean, goalies are always weird.
He's a goalie. Yeah, but he's a goalie, golden retriever. He's
Yeah.
Air Bud hockey at goalie. Well, and I think that's really fun for Michaels. We know we're going to get Laura Moore back. We know we're going to get Jory Jordan back. Obviously, I'm pretty sure we'll get more Corey and Liam, all that good stuff. What justification you think they'll come up with for Shoresy still just hockey roughing?
I don't know. I don't know, but I always love those.
Would they change it up? Would they actually do it as a podcast though, where it's basically like Shoresy hosting those two and just doing the same thing, or will they keep it to the old school, like just on the ice? Shoresy is roughing, talking shit.
I kind of hope they just keep it that way, man, because those are always fun little just something to break the episode up,
Oh, they're great, and they're always, I'm assuming, mostly improv because they go off in such different directions. I would love to see, some of the stuff that doesn't make the cut on that. I think
Right,
that would be
yeah.
absolutely fantastic because I'm sure, they try a bunch of different alts, if nothing else. I'm sure they take a bunch of different runs at it. So, do you think that there's going to be anything to the idea? They might try to say a little bit more about hockey. Shoresy talks about, the physicality of the game being taken out. Yeah, dudes diving, this is the thing in the NHL. They're still hitting pretty hard, but he mentions it in the context of that juniors tournament. I think every season they do try to, tie a little bit of the realism in and lean into the hockey part of it. Do you think that's something they'll kind of like lean into, and could it be cool?
Yeah, it seems like it's definitely going to get leaned into a little bit, man. And yeah, I mean, I think it will be cool. But maybe people need to hear about like, what's important to people who play hockey.
Yeah, and do you think we're going to get any, like I think last season, who do we get? Oh man, it wasn't Brendan Shanahan, who though we get, but we got the big hockey cameo. Like, do you think we'll get more NHL player cameos? Because I think we will, because I feel like Shoresy's on the upswing here.
Yeah, I would not be surprised at all, man. So I almost kind of expect it.
Yeah, don't need them, but it's kind of cool when they come in, right? Like you're a
Yeah,
man who works in the kitchen. Like it's just cool when like dudes show up in the background or something who are good in the
right,
profession
right.
or whatever. Like I think that would be really cool. And when we're talking about episodes of Shoresy, we usually try to give them a grade. We have the pupper system here. You got no puppers, you got a full sixer, so we grade everything 0 to 6 puppers. Soup, how are you feeling about the season 5 trailer of Shoresy? 0 to 6 cans of puppers here.
You know what? Season 5, I'm going 5 right now. I got high hopes for it, man.
Oh, he's got 5. He's got high hopes. He's even tying in Frank Sinatra. Not much to do with Canada, but yeah, I like 5. I think that's perfect. I also have 5 on it here. And as far as predictions, hopes for the upcoming season, we've touched on a lot of stuff, but haven't talked about Laura Moore at all. Do you think there's any chance her and Shoresy get hitched this season?
I don't know. I don't know about that, but I'll give it I don't know, maybe, man. I'm gonna say 35%.
I mean, the Shoresy bachelor party could be worth it, right? Because I don't
Yeah,
know if they'll have something like, remember last year they had Weird Sudbury, which was
right.
really cool to build up to it. Like Shoresy's bachelor party could be cool.
Oh
Like
yeah,
if
for
that was like
sure.
the thing that we're building up to, like he doesn't want to make it weird, and they keep messing with him about how weird they're going to make it or whatever or what. I feel like there could
Yeah.
be something there.
Yeah, but I also think that it might make more sense to do it if they do another off season, like,
Yeah, that's probably because they did the good, when they won the like when they had remember when they won the cup, they did the whole season was kind of set flashback to all the stuff that happened at the party, and then we got finally the actual party in
right.
the 5th
Yeah.
episode or whatever. So I guess I could see something a little bit like that with the structure of it. Uh, how about the gyms, man? You think we're gonna get more the gyms this season? Like, I think they could use a little more screen time. They've got better comedic presence than you think. I'd like to get a little bit more of the gyms.
I always want to see more of the gyms, dude. I'm hoping we see more of the gyms, dude.
Yeah, you feel bad because there's such good, kind of camaraderie, between, Shoresy, Hutch, Dolo, Goody, because they all kind of live together and everything too. So it makes it a little bit easier. But I definitely want to get, more interaction, get Michaels involved. And of course, the girls, dude. That's the one thing in the trailer, no girls.
Oh yeah, fuck,
They should
that's
have
right.
they should kind of have their own trailer, I feel like. Dude, I miss the girls there. I love our Shoresy
I'm
girls. They're
sure we'll
awesome.
I'm sure we'll see them, but
Yeah,
I
they're
hope
great,
so
dude.
anyway. I mean,
Yeah,
shit.
they're all coming back. Like, yeah, they will all be back. So I'm assuming that they didn't have them there for some reason. I'm sure they'll find some way to tie them back in. Maybe again, they're hosting the tournament. I'm assuming,
Yeah.
something like that. Whatever. We don't really care at this. At this point. Uh, big prediction, Soup. Will Shoresy sing karaoke again this season?
Oh, wow. I don't don't know. I'm gonna go with yeah. I'm gonna go with yeah.
Will Michaels get a girlfriend or at least get laid?
I'm going with no.
I'm going yes, but with a female goalie from like, a female hockey team.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
Goalies get together, dude. Goalies can do it together. And dude, how about Jory Jordan, dude? Do you think there's a chance that him and Shoresy team up, or will they kind of remain, frenemies or enemies, whatever you want to call it?
Yeah, I think that kind of stays the same situation there, man.
See, I think Shoresy could reluctantly have to team up with him. Like, I just love the dynamic with him and Jory Jordan. And Jory Jordan, always one of my favorites. What do you like better, the Jory Jordan stuff or the Corey and Liam? Because they're both so good as kind of non sequiturs, but they're just so funny.
I'd have to go with the Corey and Liam just because it reminds me of
Letterkenny. Yeah, that makes sense. See, I don't have the background with Letterkenny, so I love Jory Jordan because he's such a smarmy little dude, and it just reminds me of, of course, the irony of it is we post this on YouTube or whatever, the current like YouTube, like short form culture or whatever, where you just want the hot take, you know what I mean? You just want to get somebody to like, get mad at you or do whatever with it. So I think we're all pretty good with it, man. That you cool with this, even if it kind of follows the basic track of the previous couple of Shoresy seasons. There's a tournament, it starts out fun, there's a little lull in the middle, and of course they come back. I mean, it's a sports show at heart, right? So it kind of has to follow that narrative, I think, a little bit.
Yeah, dude. I mean, from everything that they've done or Kiso has done specifically, man, I have full faith that this is going to be a solid season, man. I haven't been steered wrong yet, so.
The writing has always been solid, and the direction here also looks very promising. And did he, he's got the teeth in now, he's got the falsies in it. Did he lose a couple pounds too? Like, Shoresy's looking a bit lighter on his feet.
Maybe, yeah. I mean,
I don't hate it. Like, he was wearing, dude, he had a suit. That suit in the opening scene with Annika, like, it had like a nice pattern. Like, that's Shoresy might be coming up in the game, or at least living with Laura Moore. That might be a tell.
Yeah, it could be.
She's helping him out a little bit with his wardrobe. So I think overall, on a scale of the 0 to 6 puppers, man, what's your excitement level to watch this premiere episode, season 5, Shoresy, Christmas Day, dude? I'm going a full 6er for this one, dude. I'm going to find a way to watch it. Even if I have to, go online and ask somebody, one of my friends in Canada, to share the Crave link with me, I'm gonna find a way.
Yeah, I'm right there with you on a full 6er on this one, man. I'm definitely looking forward to it, man. I mean, Shoresy's just such a fun show. As soon as the last season was over, I was like, looking forward to the next one. I knew it would be a year out, but here we are, man. So
yeah, they were actually a little closer than the year. They were running closer to it, so we thought there was a chance. And I'm hoping they use this, kind of like delayed cycle to, really kind of add to it, and also, hopefully build on the next season. They've split the show into a couple of parts, right? I think this is the start of part 3, if I remember right. So. Hopefully they're leading to something here. And dude, Christmas Day, you got, Christmas morning, you got Santa Claus, you got football, you got NBA basketball, you got a lot of great stuff. You have the Stranger Things going on, and then boom, the aperitif, the end of the night, Shoresy Season 5 premiere, dude. Sounds great to me.
Love it.
That's a good menu, right?
Oh yeah, man.
Can't beat that. We will be back to talk about Season 5. My guess is we will probably stick what we were doing maybe every 2 weeks, so we'll try to do 2 episodes at a time. We'll see how it goes down now that they're doing the release schedule a little bit different, but looking forward to it. Thanks again for checking out There's Something About Shoresy, presented by Regular Dudes Watch Stuff. Find our content wherever you get your pods, and on YouTube, on social media at Dudes Watch Stuff, and on the web at dudeswatchstuff.com. Nice and easy to remember, just like the flaps, FLAPS. Follow, like, and please subscribe. If you had fun, please touch the thumb. Thanks again for checking out the show. We're just dudes being dudes, crushing beers, trying to set the tone.
Cody can't go no more.